World Athletics Championships, Tokyo 2025. Julian Alfred tops women's 100-meter heats. Sha'Carri Richardson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce also through to semis. Paris 2024 Olympic champion Julien Alfred topped the women's heats with a 10.93 as the World Athletics Championships, Tokyo 2025 got underway on Saturday, September. Alfred cruised in the fourth heat to usher the 24 semifinalists into Sunday's round at Tokyo's National Stadium. She edged Great Britain's Daryl Nader by 1/10 of a second to comfortably progress. The United States world leader Melissa Jefferson-Wooden followed with a 10.99 in Heat 1. Her compatriot Sha'Carri Richardson was fifth overall in 11.03 as all four Americans, including Sha'Carri and Kayla White, moved on. USA are making no secret of the fact that they are eyeing a sweep of the podium come Sunday evening. Once I felt myself clear, I just shut it down and kept moving on, Jefferson-Wooden said. I'm just looking forward to tomorrow to take it up a notch. I already hold myself to a really high standard and expectations, so the pressures of the outside world, I really don't feel them. All four girls in my training group are here competing in the 100m, and it's just a blessing to be able to share the stage with these girls. Hopefully, we'll all be in the final and can sweep the podium. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, appearing in her final career major championship, advanced in 11.09, as did her Jamaican teammates Tina Clayton, 11.01, and Shericka Jackson, 11.04. In the semis, Alfred will take on Fraser-Pryce, while Richardson has been pitted against Jackson, White, and Nader, with Jefferson-Wooden facing Clayton. The top three from each of the 7 heats went through, plus the 3 fastest times. Tokyo evening, September 13th, 2025. The air around the National Stadium was thick with humidity, charged tension, and expectation. A chorus of shoes on warm-up tracks, spectators murmuring, flags fluttering, cameras clicking. This was the stage set for speed, for stories, for legends both rising and bidding farewell. The women's 100-meter heats would be a showcase, not just of raw athleticism, but of journeys concluding and beginning, of pride and pressure. Act 1. The Rise of a Leader. Julian Alfred of St. Lucia, Olympic champion and now world leader, strode into her heat with something quieter than fanfare, but more potent than expectation confidence. After a season marred by injury, she had fought her way back, climaxing in a triumphant Diamond League final. And here in Tokyo, she seemed to be reading the breeze, listening to the internal rhythms of her body. When the starter's gun cracked, Alfred exploded from the blocks and blazed through the distance in 10.93 seconds, the fastest time of the day. Reuters. +2. India Today. +2. That run was more than just the fastest. It was a statement. It whispered, "I am here." As sprinters trimmed down to hundredths of seconds, Alfred's "here" resonated. It was also a reminder. Being the one to watch is an uneasy burden, but when carried well, it becomes a beacon. Act 2. Consistency and Contenders. Not far behind, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden of the United States, unbeaten this season, eased through her heat in 10.99, a sub-1-1 run that seemed not so much a stretch as warm-up. Reuters. +2. India Today. +2. She too is chasing that elusive first World 100 title. Between her and Alfred, the scene is set for a duel, one that is anticipated, evenly matched, but not predetermined. Then there was Sha'Carri Richardson, defending world champion, someone whose name carries both weight and expectation. She did not blaze tonight. She did not break her seasonal barrier. She ran 11.03 seconds, her best of the year so far, and she advanced. Reuters. +2. India Today. +2. The time may not have thrilled the statisticians, but sometimes survival matters more than fireworks in a single round. Richardson's run was a signal. She's keeping pace, gathering strength, preserving self, the storied veteran watching the field, measuring every breath. Act 3. Farewell and Fire. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the mommy rocket, legend icon. At 38, she is running what is likely her final world championships. Her tone was more reflective than urgent, slower perhaps to emerge from the blocks, but steady. She crossed in 11.09 seconds, enough to qualify. Reuters, +2. India Today, +2. In that moment, every stride carried history. Decades of world titles, late-night training sessions, cruel injuries, motherhood, triumphs, and setbacks. As the crowd stood and cheered, even the wind seemed to slow, reminding her and everyone watching how much her presence has shaped the sport. Also through were Jamaicans Shericka Jackson, Tina Clayton, Britain's Daryl Nada, Australia's Tori Lewis, who broke her national record, 11.08, in her heat, and others. The Peninsula newspaper, +3. Reuters, +3. Sportskeeda, +3. Act 4. The stakes, the shadows, the promise. Even in the heats, stakes are high. Richardson, though world champion, has not dipped under 11 seconds this season. That's a psychological hurdle as much as physical. Alfred, after injury, must prove not just speed but consistency, and that her Olympic gold was not a singular flash, but the first in a continuing story. For Fraser-Pryce, every step is a goodbye. She's proving she's still among the fastest, still worthy of her legacy, still able to show up. Her 100m career wraps tightly around speed, grace, power, and now, dignity in the face of time's inevitable pull. Then there's the tension between the seasoned and the up-and-coming, Clayton, Jackson, others pushing younger, hungrier, and not just individuals, but nations. Stakes of national pride, of Caribbean sprinting, of USA trying to reassert dominance, of little St. Lucia on the map when Alfred runs. Act V, what to expect next. The semis promise to peel back the layers. Will Alfred maintain that heat speed? Heats are often run on feel. Semis demand sharper edges. Can Richardson rediscover her sub-1-1 this weekend? Perhaps the gunsmoke will push something out of her that the earlier rounds could not. Fraser-Pryce, will this legendary farewell include a last shot at a medal? The path is steeper, but every race offers possibility. Dark horses like Clayton and Lewis might seize momentum. Record breakers in heats often carry confidence forward. Also, conditions could matter. Wind, reaction times, lane assignments, pressure. Tokyo's heat, humidity, and massive crowd will shape the drama. Epilogue reflections. Sport is a theater of impermanence. Records fall, runners retire, new stars emerge. But some moments linger, not because of times or trophies, but because of stories. A young athlete coming back toward the top after hurt. A veteran running her final laps on the global stage. A duel unfolding between rivals who respect and fear each other in equal measure. Julian Alfred's heat win wasn't just fastest time. It was a promise. Sha'Carri Richardson's was a reaffirmation. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce was both a tribute to what has been and a statement of what still is. For spectators, the semifinals and finals beckon with not just medals, but legacy. Who will take this moment? Who will harness it?